absolute marauder, high-level wrestler, and when he is at his suffocating best, punishing UFC fighters on the canvas, looks like he might be able to make a real concerted world title run, at least to me.
You know, not many guys can use that skill set almost singularly. We saw Khabib Nurmagomedov early in his career essentially just wrestle and dominate people. And that is the approach that this young man is taking. He is so good at getting in your face and making you work. You gotta be preemptive. You cannot allow him to grab your leg. You get your leg, you're going down. You gotta be moving, you gotta stay on your feet, because this guy, if you get your leg, he's like a dog on a bone, and it's that single leg, a thing of beauty.
And he basically guaranteed a finish here tonight. Certainly believes the takedown is gonna be there, and we will not be surprised if he goes for one early.
But John, is that in the matchup, or is that in his belief in his skill set that he's gonna finish his fight? Unreal.
So here he is, the former two-division UFC champion, George Rush St. Pierre. He's the most prolific takedown artist on paper in UFC history. Despite not having any amateur wrestling chops to speak of, this is a man who, at least in my mind, turned the MMA takedown into a thing.
Yes, he did. He made it all look so smooth and so great. But it was the striking of George St. Pierre that was so good that made you have to be on awareness the whole time. So as the hands flew up, George St. Pierre had the timing that was unmatched at the time in mixed martial arts. One of the first guys that was truly able to do everything. Before we had specialists, and then we had George St. Pierre, he truly changed the game.
Hall of Famer George Rush St. Pierre has graced the octagon. He's ready to go. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC middleweight champion and former UFC welterweight champion, and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, George Rush St. Pierre.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, going to be interesting to see how George St. Pierre approaches the early portions of this round. Takedown figures to be there, right? But he talked a lot about his jab and letting his striking set up his wrestling here tonight. So let us see if indeed striking is the first order of business for the all-timer George Rush St. Pierre. Inside leg kick is there by George St. Pierre. Straight right hand, no good.
Great block there. Kind of feeling out process right now. Both guys trying to see exactly how they're going to approach this thing.
Fast pace here in the early going. All right, early action here. We'll see how soon George St. Pierre can get one of his patented takedowns, but it all works off of the jab that you saw right there.
It does. I mean, he has a beautiful jab, and I've seen him do so much damage with that jab. You know, I keep calling back to fights, but I remember him and Josh Koscheck. The moment the fight started, bang, jab, broken over the bone. Koscheck in Canada, fight's over. George, ref helps you here. Just as the referee will never take a guy out of mountain, they will not take a guy off of your back. You have to get him out of this position. Great defensive skills. He blocked that punch.
Whiffs on the elbow. All right, single collar tie now.
Oh, big elbow.
Oh, nice punch there in the clinch. Now some separation. So 3 minutes off the clock in our first round. Oh, big right hand, yes.
So he needs to mix it up. He needs to start kicking more.
That's a huge shot right there, DC. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Well, we talked about that reach advantage as you see him land the straight punch there. Great job using his length in that situation. Well, eventually you know he's going to turn this defense into offense, but he's certainly doing a nice job on the defensive end thus far.
They talk about the feeling out process. He's getting his opponent's timing. Now he's blocking everything. Expect counters as we go forward.
So pretty good recovery by the opponent after. Oh, huge shots being landed on both sides.
That leg kick hurt. Oh, my goodness.
Heavy kick downstairs. Round 2 is next. All right, so that's the end of the round. Potential adversity here. All right, let's now look back at some of the action from that round. He went head hunting, landed, nearly got the finish, too.
A lot of coaches tell you.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round 2. All right, next round is now underway. DC, any major takeaways after the previous 5 minutes?
That both of these guys are very evenly matched. The matchmakers did a fantastic job when they put these two in the octagon. So even though it wasn't crazy, you got to see high-level mixed martial arts.
MAKHACHEV kicking the head kick home, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it was coming high, and now he's got him hurt bad. Oh, nice right hand. And landed some nasty strikes. Oh, that right hand barely missed there.
Oh, big ground strikes continue to land. MAKHACHEV gets up, he is back on the feet. Looked like he was in a submissive state on the ground, but he worked hard. Oh, big left.